So assalamualaikum everyone. I'd like to share with you another religion in the world, which is the so-called Buddhism. This is one of the top 5 religion in the world. So we had already discussed Islam, Judaism, Christianity. Now in detail, I'd like to share with you this Buddhism. So our objective of this topic: study Buddhism and its teachings, history and beliefs of practitioners, compare the aspects of Buddhism as well as Hinduism. So in Southeast Asia, if you notice the graph, so the majority 60% is Judaism, then 29% Islam, and the rest of the religion that's in Southeast Asia. 2% Sikhism, then we have the Buddhism is only 2%, then Christianity is 2%, then the other religion is 1%. So I'm talking on the religions of Southeast Asia. So this is the map in Southeast Asia. So Buddhism only 2%, the blue one, and of course the majority are in Islam. So what about the essence of the so-called Buddhism? So the middle way of wisdom and compassion. This is the essence of the religion, which is Buddhism. So they have 2,500 years old tradition. So ibig sabihin matagal-tagal na. Then take note on these 3 jewels of Buddhism. So the first one, we have Buddha. Buddha meaning the enlightened one, which means also the teacher. Then the second is Dharma, which is their teachings. Then the third is the Sangha, or the community, because Buddhism, they have also their community. They have the monks, I think they have also the nuns. So these are the jewels. So the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. So take note. So Siddhartha Gautama, that's in 563 to 483 before Christian era. He was the founder of Buddhism. He was born in Northeast India, which is now Nepal. Then raised in a great luxury to be a king. Then at 29 he rejected his luxurious life to seek enlightenment and the source of suffering. So mayaman talaga sila. But at 29 he rejected his luxurious life. Then live a strict ascetic life for 6 years. Then rejecting this extreme, sat in meditation and found the nirvana. So 6 years of meditation, 6 years of a strict life, 6 years of prayer, that includes of fasting. After rejecting the luxurious life, so they practiced meditation and they found nirvana. Nirvana, this is counterpart to heaven. So parang it's the eternal bliss. Okay, that's the nirvana. Then Gautama Siddhartha Gautama became the enlightened one at the age of 35. Enlightened one, this is the so-called Buddha. Buddha is the enlightened one, and he was Siddhartha Gautama. So he became Buddha at the age of 35. So take note, he rejected 29, then 6 years at 35, he was known as the enlightened one, or the Buddha. Then what is the fundamental cause of suffering according to them? The desire. Yung sabi nila, desire. Yung ginusto mo, kagustuhan mo. That's the fundamental cause of all suffering in this world. That's in the belief of the Buddhism. Then therefore, extinguish the self, don't obsess about oneself. So if you have the desire, kailangan mong tanggalin yon, and do not be obsessed sa sarili mo or your oneself. Kasi desire is the cause of suffering according to Buddhism. Next, there are 4 fundamental truths. First is There's suffering in the world. To live is to suffer, and they call it dukkha. Take note, the first noble truth for the Buddhism is the dukkha. There is suffering in the world. To live is to suffer. While there is suffering, why there is suffering? Because of the desire of man. So therefore, do not be obsessed, sabi nila. So that's the first, the dukkha. Then Buddha found this out when he was young and experienced suffering and death in others. So yun yung experience, especially when he rejected his luxurious life. The second is the tangha. So the dukkha, the second is tangha. This is the cause of suffering, is self-centered desire and attachment. Self-centered desire and attachment, they call it tangha. This is the second noble truth. Then the third, the solution is not to eliminate desire and attachment. And this is the nirvana. So I told you in the previous slide, nirvana is a state of perfect happiness. This is the eternal bliss. So for us, Islam as well as Christianity, this is the counterpart of paradise. Pero sa kanila may mga steps yan. So for them, this is perfection, happiness, the nirvana. Kaya the solution is to eliminate the desire and attachment in order to arrive the so-called nirvana. And that's the third truth or noble truth of Buddhism. The fourth one is, when you reach nirvana, one must follow the eightfold path. So once again, if you reach nirvana, one must follow the eightfold path. So what are these eightfold path? Take note. The eightfold path is the understanding, right understanding, right speech, right livelihood, right concentration, right mindfulness, right effort, right action, and right intention. So if you're a Buddhist, then na-fulfill mo itong lahat, ang eightfold path, you'll be able to reach the so-called nirvana. Kasi this is like a ladder, parang steps para sa kanila. So, eightfold path that will lead you to nirvana. Nirvana is the state of happiness. This is the union with the ultimate spiritual reality. Yung nirvana na yun. Escape from the cycle of rebirth because they believe this rebirth. Ano itong revert? Mamaya, tatalakayin yan mamaya. So, in Thailand, there are also plenty of Buddhists. Yan. That's the statue of Buddha. In Pakistan also. Another statue. Mandala, this is the spiritual and ritual symbol representing different aspects of the universe and life. You look at the drawing. They call it mandana, the spiritual, or mandala, the spiritual ritual symbols representing the different aspects of the universe and life. So they have also the altar, the Buddhist altar. Of course, they have the statue of Buddha. Then, what about the types of Buddhism? The Theravada type Buddhism, take note, there are 4 types of Buddhism: Theravada Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism, and Tibetan Buddhism, and the Zen Buddhism. So these are the types of Buddhism. What about the Theravada Buddhism? The oldest school of Buddhism is known as the Theravada Buddhism. The way of the elders, or the small vehicle. They call it the way of the elders or the small vehicle, the Theravada. And it can be found in Southern Asia. Then they have the monastic life. Is the best way they achieve the Dharma. The monastic life, some Buddhists, they live in an isolated area. Kaya nga, they practice also parang mga Katoliko din, no? Mayroon kagaya sa amin as one of the member, mayroon kaming mga kaparian, they live in a monastery. So in a monastic life, they pray. Sa kanila mayroon din. Then in order to achieve the nirvana, you have to have this monastic life. The best way to achieve the so-called nirvana. Then focus on wisdom and meditation. That's for them. They focus meditation as well as the wisdom. Then the goal is to become Buddha, the enlightened one. So take note, Buddha is the enlightened one. I told you that Buddha is the enlightened one. So that's the first type of Buddhism, the Theravada. So there are over 150 million followers today, this kind of Buddhism. So if you look at the map, marami-rami sila. Tibet, Nepal, China, Beijing. They're also in Korea and Tokyo. So that color, brown, they are the so-called Theravada Buddhism. Then what about Mahayana Buddhism? The Mahayana Buddhism, kanina is the small vehicle, yung Theravada. Now this is the great vehicle, the Mahayana Buddhism. Founded in Northern Asia, particularly in China and Japan, the Mahayana. Then Buddhism for the masses, itong Mahayana, para sa masa. Then they seek guidance from the so-called Bodhisattvas, or the wise beings. So once again, ito yung naiba din sa kanila. The Mahayana, they seek guidance from Bodhisattvas, which is the wise beings or the persons who are able to reach the nirvana, but delays doing so out of compassion in order to save the suffering beings. So yun yung Mahayana. Then their goal, not just individual escape from the will, yung will sinasabi natin, the Eightfold Path, but the salvation of all humanity throughout self-sacrifice and this enlightened few. So may mga sakripisyo din silang ginagawa in order to reach the so-called nirvana. So the Mahayana, the Tibetan, tingnan mo from Tibet, marami-rami din sila. Then seated Bodhisattva Bhutan, that's in Bhutan. So yun yung statua, yung the learned beings, the Bodhisattva. Then you have also the so-called another in Bodhisattva, yan, nasa drawing nila. Mahilig din sila sa mga statua. Then the next is the Tibetan Buddhism, the third. The Tibetan Buddhism, this is known as the Diamond Vehicle. Huwag kalimutan na, the first is the small vehicle, then we have the great vehicle. The third, the Tibetan, is the Diamond Vehicle. They are also called the Vajrayana, the Tibetan Buddhism. Then developed in Tibet in 7th century in Christian era. Then the mix of Theravada and Mahayana. So therefore the Tibetan is the mixture, o parang nasa gitna sila of Theravada as well as Mahayana. Then Bodhisattva, or the wise beings, includes also the lamas, like the so-called Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama, yung parang daming alam. Okay? So parang teacher din nila. So once again, ang tawag nito sa learned beings nila, yung may maraming alam, is Bodhisattva or Bodhisattvas. That includes the Dalai Lama. I think you're familiar with the Dalai Lama. That's more on the Tibetan Buddhism. So, yan, their statue. So, this example of Dalai Lama, especially when they pray. Then we have the so-called, I think this is the last one, the Zen Buddhism. What about this Zen Buddhism? This is a meditation school. Once again, the great vehicle, the small vehicle. What about yung pangatlo? Anong vehicle yon? Alala nyo? Yan, the diamond vehicle now is the meditation school, ang Zen Buddhism. They also seek sudden enlightenment. They call it sudden enlightenment, satori, through meditation and arriving at emptiness. Emptiness for their term is sunyata. So the sudden enlightenment is satori, then the emptiness, arriving at emptiness, is called sunyata. That's in the Zen Buddhism. Then they use meditation masters. The meditation masters, they call it Rossi. Then beauty, art, and aesthetics, like gardens, of course they have that one. Archery, then tea ceremony. Meron silang ginagawa itong mga rituals. Then calligraphy. So, sa panulat naman ito. So, yan yung when it comes to aesthetic, itong Zen Buddhism. Ayan. So, in America, Buddhism also in America, meron din. You look at the map. Then, relieve stress and meditate. Get a mantra. Itong mantra, ito yung a word or a sound repeated to aid concentration in meditation. Yun yung inuulit-ulit nila. Mantra, inulit-ulit nila ito when they meditate. Okay, once again, mantra is a word or sound repeated to aid concentration in meditation. So yan. So ito yung mantra nila. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Which means, hail to the jewel of the lotus. So yun yung mantra. When they meditate, paulit-ulit yung itong Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Or hail to the jewel in the lotus. So that's their mantra. So, ulitin ko ha, especially sa pag-exam natin, a word or a sound repeated to aid concentration in meditation is called mantra. So, with that, I hope you learned something from this religion, the so-called Buddhism.